There's a moment when you realize this isn't your life anymore, and it's time for a change. Sit, speak your truth.
Okay, y'all, welcome back. Hey, welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're returning, welcome back. My name is Z. This is Sit, Speak Your Truth. Here I talk about basically my journey on building my online business for myself. So today I want to talk about the day, the moment when something in my head went ding, ding, ding. Okay, I think I've had enough now. It's time to go. So I'm going to tell you that story. I'm going to try and keep it brief. Y'all know I can talk. I try and keep it under 10 minutes. So here we go. So if you're new, you don't know anything about me, really quickly, I am an expat. I left the US. I lived in Maryland and I relocated to Central America, to Panama, where I could have a better life and breathe. I landed here. I went on a tour, a relocation tour in September of 24, and in January of 25, I landed with 2 suitcases, a purse, and my dog Zeus, who's over there napping. So I was a state procurement officer. So my job was to procure commodities, services for the agency with which I was employed. So I enjoyed procurement. I am a people person, so having coworkers around, kind of bouncing ideas off of one another, dealing with vendors, all of that was fine. I'm a people person. I'm good with that. Here was what I didn't like about procurement. In procurement, there are specific regulations, specific laws that as a procurement officer, you have to follow. And the thing that I did not like about procurement is that the people, the agencies that you work with or you work for, you have a procurement director, very aware of laws, requirements, so on and so forth. But the people that you are there to help, assist, and give them the things that they need, they don't really care about requirements. They don't care about due diligence. And I found out also that they just really don't care about ethics. That was a problem for me. So the last place where I worked, the procurement director was phenomenal. Just, I had known her for many years. Diligent, knowledgeable, good with gab. You got to be able to talk. You got to be able to deal with people because that's your job. You got to be able to communicate, and very good at that, and was very good at troubleshooting and problem solving. And I started my procurement career with her, and I ended my procurement career with her. So she was absolutely phenomenal. Anna, much love. So you always have people that come to you last minute. I overlooked this. I need to have this by such and such a day. Especially when you're dealing with a college campus or anything like that, because you're dealing with students, and your students are the people that you serve. So you want to make sure that they have what they need. But in procurement, that's not my responsibility to know what they need. That's your responsibility for whatever department that you're in, that you're providing whatever, student services, whatever it is that you're providing, that you have a timeline and that you have a budget. Someone came to us last minute. When I say last minute, I'm going to tell you how last minute this was. So they had an event that was coming up. In their event, they wanted to have it catered. So you're talking food for, 100, 150, 200 people. They wanted catered. They wanted a DJ. And they wanted a tent because in the fall, you never know what the weather's going to be like. They wanted to make sure that it's going to be an outside affair, that, people could be under the tent and be protected from the elements in the event it were to rain. No problem. These are things that we can do. So typically, just to give you a real quick synopsis of procurement, Whenever you need something for procurement, you submit something that is called a requisition. The requisition delineates and highlights the things that you are requesting and what your budget is, so that when procurement receives it, they know what budget they're looking at, and they can begin to go and try to find vendors that can fulfill the things that you need in this requisition. They came with a requisition. They needed all this last minute. When I say last minute, I think the requisition came to me. So it went through my manager first, and it was assigned to me on a Wednesday. And I think the function was set for Monday or Tuesday. Just sit with that for a quick second. I get it on Wednesday. Now, mind you, I'm not just sitting, in my office waiting for stuff to come across my desk. This comes across my desk as something that urgently needs to be done. And in the meantime, I'm juggling, 10, 11, 12 other contracts. Okay. And I have to stop what I'm doing there to give this focus, because the head of the college wanted to make sure that it got done. I don't have a problem with that. Here's my problem. At the beginning of the year, you have a budget, right? You also should have a calendar of events. You should know what things you are going to be needing services for. You have a calendar. You know that in February, it's Black History Month, and you want to do X, Y, and Z for the students. You know that in June, they've graduated. You want to do X, Y, and Z for you have a calendar, right? You have some timeline. So if you have a timeline, why do you not adhere to the timeline and submit things timely? So you're submitting this to us last minute, boom, 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 boom. And then you have this woman that is on top of everything. And she knows that we have requirements. She knows that we send out at the beginning of the year something to all the departments regarding procurement. Please make sure you submit things timely. We need to have this within 7 days, this by 15 days, this within 30 days, blah, blah. There is some rhyme and reason, right, to what we're doing. Why don't you hold those people accountable for not adhering to the regulations and the requirements that we have? No, what you say is, you know what, just get it done. I'm sorry, what, just get it done? So in my mind, that is like a big FU to your requirements that you have to adhere to from the state. I have to stop everything else that I'm doing. Contracts that are about to be up within the next few, I have to stop what I'm doing to try and procure these vendors for this event that's supposed to happen in 4 or 5 business days, when we're supposed to have at least a 2 to 3 week, notification. This person is not supporting procurement. This person doesn't care about the rules. This person doesn't care about the regulations. This person says, just get it done. And the reason why I bring this up, and this is the last straw for me, is because if you don't have some semblance of rules and regulations, being able to adhere to them, knowing what you are responsible for and required for, and being able to respect, that is the word, respect what other people have to do in order to get you what you need, that's a huge disconnect. That is a huge disconnect. And so I had to bring this forward because I know I am not the only one. Whoever sees this video, if you stop to click on it, there is something here for you, okay? You were meant to be here. There's something here for you because you're going through something similar. We cannot continue to allow ourselves to be beholden to people that are not going to respect us, respect our requirements, and respect our energy. Because the fact that the response was just get it done means that you have absolutely no respect for this procurement department, the procurement director, or anybody that works in it. That was when ding, 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 I was like, you know what? F me, how about F you? Deuces. And I was planning my, quote, escape, but I was looking more at my retirement age. And at this point, I was like, you know what? I have too many skill sets. I have too much knowledge. I can create a business for myself. I don't need to stay here. I don't need to be beholden to bullshit. I don't have to be, feel like I have, your foot on my neck, forcing me to do things that I shouldn't have to do. Someone needs to hear this. And if this is you, I want you to know that you can create a business for yourself online. I prayed about it because I left the US and I'm not a millionaire and I'm not sitting on hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. But I left with what I had and I'm like, I'm going to find a way to make it work. I said, Spirit, just present to me whatever it is that I need to do so I can make it work. And I found Legacy Builders. So Legacy Builders is a built in a box system that allows you the opportunity to learn digital marketing skill sets, AI skill sets, everything that we need going into a futuristic society, which is where we're headed, so that you can build an automated business for yourself that will work like this. You set it and you forget it, and you allow yourself to generate income. You can either just sell the products that Legacy Builders has, or you can create your own digital product. And so I'm doing both. Legacy Builders, absolutely, because it is a system, it is a school, it is a community of people that are like-minded, that support one another, that realize that we all have gifts. We have things that we can share with the world. We just need a platform and a way with which to do so. And Legacy Builders gives you that platform. So if you want to learn more about how you can create and build your online business for yourself, where you don't have to worry about having a boss, having people that disrespect you, that disrespect what you do, and more importantly, disrespect your time and energy, then I encourage you to click the link in my bio or simply comment Legacy below. That's all I have for you all today, y'all. Just think about that. Realize that more often than not, we stay in situations because of this. But when we learn to put this up here to work, to generate this, we can free ourselves from plantation life. All right, baby. That's all I got for you all today, lovelies. It was a pleasure. Thank you for sticking around this long. If you did, please comment. If you have comments for me, I told you I'm a talker, so, I want to have conversations. Leave me a comment below if you're going through anything or if you understand what I'm talking about. Or if by some reason I found a procurement officer, please let me know that too, because we definitely need to have a conversation. All right, lovelies, I will talk to you tomorrow. You all have a great day. The sun is out today. I went out with a friend earlier and had some lunch, and so now I think I'm going to go have dinner. So you all have a great one, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.